Hey guys, welcome to the episode of Rebellion.
Hey guys, welcome to the Rebellion. You can watch us on Instagram, and you can listen to us here on Blog Talk. Okay, let's see what's going on. Palmdale. Oh shit. I'm just devastated. I can't even tell you how upset I am, honestly. This is like, I'm from Palmdale. I was born and raised in Palmdale.
Well, you might everyone who doesn't know, some people might have not heard the news.
Yeah, I'm about to say it. They found a 24-year-old black boy hanging from a tree near City Hall in Palmdale.
Last Wednesday.
And that's so shameful. That's like so just abhorrent. I can't even tell you. Like, I have no words.
First
I'm so
of all,
upset.
there's a couple of reasons why everyone is so up in arms about this unjustifiably. It was preceded by another hanging, not too far from here, about 50 minutes, basically northeast of here, or east, however you want to look at it, a place called Victorville, which is like the furthest fringe of San Bernardino County. And this was after protest. Another guy was found hanging from a tree, which they ruled a suicide. So this guy, again, and I'm not saying one way or the jury's out. Personally, I do not believe it in either case. My father was an expert in suicide, one of the nation's top psychologists in the realm of depression, and none of the factors or indicators point to this or the way that it went down. But again, last Wednesday they found this guy, 24 years old, hanging from a tree outside City Hall in Palmdale. Okay. And then just a few days after that, there was a domestic argument. Unfortunately, the lady involved was deaf, so she was much louder than she might have otherwise been, and some snoopy, without bothering to ascertain the facts, without bothering to knock, without bothering to find out for themselves what was actually going on, called the police, okay, who then broke in and shot this guy and killed him. So there's just been a wave of black people getting killed here in Palmdale, and the fact that two of them, bad enough to be shot, horrifying enough to be shot and killed, but to be lynched.
Yeah, I mean, that's never happened here.
It is a thing that harks back to the greatest fear and terror black people have ever known in this country. The fear that just for being black, in the wrong area, at the wrong time, you're going to get killed. And not just killed, tortured, slowly strangled, beat, burnt. I mean, I was born in 1967, and my parents were much older than I, and my mom had still a very sweet friend up here, lived, my Aunt Ginny. And a lot of people don't understand that California is, at its core, an incredibly racist and racial state. They like to think of the South as being overly racist, and it is, certainly, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to gainsay it is, but in terms of actual institutional, most of what was in the South during late 60s was institutionalized forms of police officers and a lot of other people in the Klan who got other things, but as a general community, even though there was a shitload of antipathy, it wasn't at the level that California has always been. The biggest Klan in the world, ever, any time, was the Orange County Klan in the 20s. And my other point was that I was born in 1967, and when I was still a year old, after civil rights, Glendale, California was the sundown town, by which, when the sun came down, if you were not lily white, you needed to get out. Black people would be put in the car and driven to the edges of town, told don't come back, whatever. If you were Hispanic or Italian, it's more olive skin, they might drive you. But I've had personal accounts from my own relatives telling me, oh yeah, in Glendale, walking down the street, Sunday night, hey guys, get towards that time, and they would follow them. They would follow them as they walked. The cop car would follow you till you got to the border and let you go on about your business. So California has a very seedy history that people like to gloss over, not acknowledge, not talk about, dismiss, and as if it vanished. It didn't vanish. It just started hiding a lot better. So the point is that there's insane outrage and anger and resentment among all the communities because there's been too much bullshit for far too long. And there's very good chance and good reason to suspect that it was an actual lynching in both cases. And I think that's honestly the main reason why the FBI is getting involved, because it's just suspicious as hell. And thank you for letting me speak so often. I just want to get it out. And one other thing, for anybody out there that thinks this sort of shit's cute or humorous or hilarious, my great-granduncle was lynched. Because they didn't much care for Italians or Catholics or Dagos or greasy shit down in New Orleans at that particular time. And he was hung from a tree, and he died that way. So I have an abundance of empathy and sympathy and sorrow for all those out there grieving a loved one or a relative who got fucking strung up. Enough said. Go on, Jimmy.
All right. Well, I was born and raised in Palmdale, and he's right. Southern California especially is very, very, very racist. It's racist to the point where there are communities where black people don't feel comfortable talking to white people or hanging out with them, which is...
And there's still quite a few communities where it is a no-go zone. You'll hear white people bitch all the time about there's certain areas. It's certainly true that for a long time, if you were white or you were a certain kind of person, a lot of neighborhoods, you weren't welcome there. To be fair, a lot of people from the same area only felt comfortable because those are divided neighborhoods, but there's still little quote-unquote white enclaves, working class and upper class, where, you can go through. Beverly Hills. I worked as a guard in Century City for 2-3 years, right there in Avenue of the Stars, have people, and I can guarantee you that the Beverly Hills PD in that particular time pulled over black people at a rate about 88, about 80% would be black, but 20% would be white. That's just the way I can describe it. You know what I mean? Is it the VAT? They just hit you up. You know what I mean? They just hit up black people for being there. And if you didn't have a damn good reason for being there, if you weren't coming to or going from work or business or something related, shuffle out of town, man. Hey, stats bear me out. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just going by facts. I'm not trying to impugn anyone or act like an emotional bias. I simply go by the facts as I observe them and as they are laid out in terms of arrest records. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just, okay, so Southern California is very racist, is what I'm saying. And there are industries, like the Hollywood industry, obviously, they don't care about your race. They just care about money. If you're going to make them money. That's the one thing that's probably not that affected by it. To a certain extent. Yeah. To a certain extent. And now, definitely for the vast majority of the 20th century, there was a lockout. It was a white man's world. Yeah, I mean? Unfortunately. Which, again, I'm not so hypocritical to say, I'm not. If there are 1,000 people and they all agree, you're the odd man out. Okay. You may not like them, you may not agree with them, but there's 1,000 of them. They got their beliefs. They're not going anywhere, whatever. Oh, okay? Hey, so glad you're here. And for better or for worse, this is their world. I wasn't raised here. I was born here, but I grew up in Maryland. Yeah, we're talking about Palmdale, by the way, for the people who are joining us on Instagram. My relatives in San Bernardino, it's really kind of an LA thing, man. LA County has always been like an LA County. You know what I mean? It's just really hypocritical here, and people like to act like they're very liberal. And they love everybody, but the people that are liberal are those really bad white liberals who just kind of think black people are a little less but don't admit it to themselves type, and they suck. They're not as nice as you think. It's been a back and forth thing here in California for years. Yeah. There were groups of white guys like the spook hunters that would go into the hood when black people started to move in and fuck with them, and other guys in punk gangs. So it's always been on and off, man. California is the Wild West. The cowboys just started driving cars instead of horses. They were still packing, they were still shooting, they were still figuring out shit, shoot everybody over. And over time, it just evolved into what it is today for a whole insane variety of political and cultural and social and economic factors, which we could spend like 19 shows going into. But the long story short is California, at its core, is divided. And if you don't believe that, fucking go to jail, homie. Yeah. Go to LA jail. Go to the biggest goddamn dungeon in the world. Go there, because the thing is, man, it's just, that's how it is. And like I was trying to say, I don't like it. I'm not down with it, but I firmly acknowledge that if I have to sit in jail, I got to go sit in the woodpile, and I got to abide by their rules. You know what I mean? And I problem with that. Again, it's not my world. I don't begrudge the world it is for being the world that it is. I don't want anything to fucking do with it. You know what I mean? But I understand it's their world. They run it. They rule it. The point this is how California is. People who don't. That's why we would, at some point we're going to get the hell out of here. As much as I love it, my land of birth. Cali is what Cali is. Mm-hmm. And Cali is segregated and isolated and insulated and factioned. Yeah. I mean, it's Southern California, I think, more than anything else. Southern California has still places like Compton and other areas that are still messed up places. And the thing is, Palmdale, compared to those places, people move up from places that are really messed up where they can't even talk to people, okay? Traditionally, this was the place you came to get away from all that shit. Yeah. It was still L.A. Yeah. It was the hinterlands of LA. I'm not saying that people aren't racist. There's racist white people everywhere, and they're mostly idiots, okay, who tell stupid little jokes to themselves, whatever. I don't tolerate it.
This is one of the reasons I'm not that popular up here. You know? Hello, dude. Glad to see you. We're talking about Palmdale. I'm from Palmdale, and I'm talking about the lynchings in Palmdale for a second, then I'm going to do some readings.
But traditionally, you could come up here and there wasn't as much shit popping off as there was down in other parts of it.
Literally, let me tell you a story, okay? And this might have been Afro Man. I'm not 100% sure this guy wasn't Afro Man because he actually looked a little like him as a kid. And this dude, black dude, you know, meets me, you know, starts talking to me. White guys never hit on me. You know, ended up going to a movie with him. He was a nice enough guy, you know. And this guy, he was from the hood. He'd never been allowed to even talk to white girls before, basically, is the thing. You know what I mean? Like, these guys had never, like, if they looked at a white girl, people would jump on them. And it's hard to understand that. Like, you could come up here and you could just be a person. And, I mean, even the trashiest people, the whitest trash people would have people in their house. You'd find out they had been a Crip, you know, they just moved up here. They always acted like, I mean, their eyes were alight. They were always like, I've never been treated like a human by white people before. It's like that bad in some places, you know? And Palmdale was this place that you could afford a house and you could really raise yourself up, even if you came from a poor background, you know? And nobody really cares, at least on the surface. There's little racism on the surface. I'm not saying that there's not racism.
Pockets of stuff,
you know?
man. It's the high desert. You're going to have, you know, your tweakers, and you're going to have certain kinds of bikers and people.
Yeah, I mean, it's the desert. Yeah,
I mean, the whole idea is that people would usually just, you know, if they did it. The one thing about most gangs is that they tend to, for the most part, by their own organization, all the way from the top down, try to only fuck with each other. You know what I mean? It's kind of an inviolate rule. Don't fuck with civilians, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with civilians. Leave them the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, now, as far as I'm this, I was just a nice kid going to high school, getting ready to go to college. I don't think he had any gang connections. Certainly, no one's saying anything about it, and God knows if he did, somebody out there in the media would be all over that shit. Well, I guess. So he seemed like he was a pretty innocuous, innocent guy. You know what I mean? But a hanging, that's not gang-on-gang shit. That's not revenge shit. That's some fuck you bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, this is done outside over City Hall, okay?
And it looks like it's intended to pop some shit off. It's someone trying to light a fuse. It's somebody who desperately wants enough shit to go off.
From my experience living out here, the people that are white supremacists or crazy, they live around on the outskirts of Palmdale, like in Little Rock area toward the east. It gets really, really bad. There's a lot of tweakers. The energy's really bad out there. It's really negative. There's actually skinwalkers out there. If you're into the paranormal stuff, there's skinwalkers out there too.
Yeah, you don't believe in ghosts? Cruise down Fort Tejon Road.
You'll believe in ghosts eventually.
Seriously.
After you do that, you will see things you didn't think existed. Okay, there's dark shit up to the east of us, and out, you know, in certain areas that are the poorer, messed up areas of the desert, you get people who are tweakers, who fancy themselves white supremacists. But these people are mostly pussies, and they don't have their shit together. I really find it hard to believe they can get their shit together to hang somebody outside of City Hall. This is why I think whoever this is, they're backed by a few of the cops. And I'm sorry, enforcement. There's a lot of corruption here. Most of them are fine. They've actually gotten a lot better over the decades. They used to be really bad here, and they've gotten better. But I think that there's still a little small group of guys connected to KKK interests, because I can't imagine how the fuck they got to City Hall and were able to hang a guy. How the fuck are they able to do that?
So that's why, again, if God forbid it was a suicide, this kid chose to hang himself. You know what I mean? I can only assume that the only reason he would do it outside City Hall and out there is to make a statement, is to try and get something done. Maybe he felt like it was the only thing to martyr himself. You know what I mean? So it's tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like completely impossible. It just doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, it's not impossible, but if he did, it was to make a statement about Black Lives Matter, obviously.
It's just how ironic in a time when there's so many cameras everywhere and there's so much video evidence, you know what I mean?
It's a small town. We don't have a lot of that stuff.
It's on a pretty main street. It's one of those things ironically there in sight, but not. It's a big main street.
Yeah.
Sierra Highway.
Yeah, it is.
At certain times. But it's national news now, and there's been 2 lynchings and a shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just kind of sucks. It sucks everywhere. But, you know, one of the nice things about being up here was, in addition to being so broad, is that it remained relatively, and like put that humongous air quotes, relatively calm, relatively peaceful.
Yeah.
So to have somebody down dangling from a tree in our own backyard.
Yeah, this doesn't happen here. People come up here. Listen, there are people come up here and hearing the attitude they have from living in bad places in the inner city. There's people who lived up here who are just white racists or idiots, okay? But they're peaceful, okay? And they get along with, and they don't actually hold anyone personally responsible. It's actually just the idea of it.
Well, again,
they're not like if they met a black guy on the street, they'd be fine with them because they wouldn't consider him one of them.
If they're actively on the street, at some point they have to answer to the big boys in the prison system.
Yeah.
And those guys don't like unnecessary shit.
And actually, it's about...
It goes back to them. At some point, somebody up in, like in some pen somewhere, might have to deal with some shit with some other guy because of some shit someone's brother or cousin or little homie did. You know what I'm saying? So, again... the possibility of it being gang-related isn't absolutely remote. And I'm just trying to be as logical in an incredibly emotional situation. We're trying really hard to be this emotional and be factual and trying to figure out who the classic means, motivation, method, opportunity. You know what I mean? Who more likely than not? And that's the problem. There's so many parameters right now as to who could have or why could have. And you know, I mean, there's a lot of people that in times of chaos will try to take an opportunity to settle old scrudges or old scores. You know what I mean? We used to live in La Mesa, which isn't a terribly bad area down San Diego. It's pretty nice, actually. And then we were watching the riot footage. You can see it. And again, the vast majority of these looters are just punk kids just stealing shit because they can. I don't like these. I never have. But there's a humongous difference between stealing out of need and stealing out of greed.
Yeah.
If you're running out, you got baby formula and diapers and food and shit, I'm not going to begrudge you. I had a man do that once when I was in the store when I was younger. I just saw this guy grab an armful of food, bolted at me, and he had the most desperate look in his eyes I've ever seen. True desperation, not greed, not thievery, not just, please. And so I just let him go. He was stealing cans of food. They're insured. You know, he wasn't robbing a cash register. He wasn't doing anything. He was just stealing cans of food.
Yeah.
Okay? So people that are breaking into supercuts and looting like wall clippers and all this shit, man, I don't know, maybe you're some mangy fuckers and you really need to get a haircut. You know what I mean? Don't try and justify all the shit that's happening as a means for you just to go out and grab some shit because you want to get over. You know what I mean? Or doing that shit. Because you see, they're little mostly. They said, you know, suburban white kids just like, ooh, yippee, I can go looting. Anarchy, man. We're going to see you for the B-Land loot. By what? By tearing shit down and stealing shit? Greed.
Yeah.
Greed.
I mean, I'm told that in certain places that the looting is about targeting businesses that support the cops in these situations.
Yeah.
Like Target apparently does. I like Target other than this. You know, and Wendy's is all for. I love Wendy's. I actually don't think that they deserve what they're getting.
I'm not going to advocate for it, but I understand. I can't say.
But at least in that case,
I understand that rage.
Why you're doing
it.
You know,
it's really so hard for most white people, or a lot of people, to understand what it means to be black in America, to literally fear for your life, doing nothing wrong, saying nothing wrong, thinking nothing wrong, responding correctly, doing everything you're supposed to do, and still being gunned down. Okay? Yep. I know what it's like to be in fear of police officers for my safety, for my arrest. You know what I mean? I do know that. And that's ironic because I have friends that are law enforcement, and I worked as a guard. But still, that's just the reality here. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Okay?
Glad to see you there. We're talking about Palmdale and the lynching and stuff.
And I have this thing, so I do know what that feels like.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, am I do this, am I do that? You know what I mean? And look at me, man. I'm the kind of people they wouldn't look at twice. I know what it's like to be fucking, I mean, just.
Yeah, I mean, we've been targeted, but not because we're white, obviously, because we've, you know, I was actually nocturnal for a number of years, and.
It doesn't matter. You know, if you don't look at
if you don't look right here in Palmdale, sometimes they will mess with you.
But the reality is, like this one guy said, you know, I remember saying, we write the reports. Okay?
Hey.
We write the reports. You know what I mean?
We're talking about Palmdale, just to let you know. And then we're going to do some group readings.
If you've ever had someone say that in your presence and felt that chill run down your spine, the realization that this man literally holds another human's life in his hands, and he is not a moral individual, he is not regulated by honor or a sense of duty.
Yeah.
And again, for all, man, I want everyone to go out there, if they can, listen to 2 songs back to back. Listen to Police Story by Black Flag, and listen to Shattered Badge by White Flag. Because they're a nice contradiction, you know what I mean? Or, I should say, opposition. You know what I mean?
Really quick, like I said, I mean, all the people that are bangers up here, all the people that are like, they're people who live here that are bangers are not usually a danger to anybody. People that live here that are white supremacists are usually too busy being fucked up.
Yeah, they usually do shit like roll call, shout crap out the window.
They're idiots. They don't even do
thing,
that.
you know?
They don't even do that. They don't even do that. If they do that, they do it. He's making shit up he doesn't know, okay?
Oh, we had a guy go right past you. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Rolling coal when they go drive past you with the big truck blowing the diesel smoke out?
Oh, I thought you meant like you shouting stuff out the window and stuff.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
They do that up here.
Yeah. I thought you meant like...
Okay, enough said.
I didn't know
Anyway,
what you
so
meant.
they'll drive by you rolling coal, blowing extra thick black diesel smoke.
Yeah,
Be like, woo,
yeah, they're those types.
And again, man, for all you're trying to pull that shit out here in California, act like you're from the South, most of you aren't from the South. Most of you have no fucking connection to the South, no relatives, nothing. You like the flag, and as a guy put out something, you're like, oh, I'm in my heritage. Well, that's not Southern heritage. That's not Confederate heritage. That's shit that was employed specifically by guys like the Ku Klux Klan as a means of harassment, intimidation, and terror.
And by the way, Robert E. Lee came to regret his actions in supporting the Confederation.
That's not a Confederate flag, guys. That's the battle flag of Virginia.
And it's of Robert E. Lee specifically, and he regretted doing what he did. He did it because he was worried people would die. But he didn't support slavery, and he actually he actually would not have supported the statues of him. He would have wanted people to take them down.
Yep.
So feel free to take all the Robert E. Lee statues down, because after he had done this, he actually felt bad. He wanted them taken down. He didn't want his name to stand for racism as it does now.
In Virginia, Front Royal, Virginia, believe it out there, Front Royal, shout out to good old Front Royal, Luray Caverns, Randolph-Macon Academy. And I did so in 1980 as a 13-year-old boy. And there were teachers there that were the sons of people that had fought on both sides of the conflict. And I managed to meet I got a photo somewhere, two old gentlemen wearing their Union and Confederate uniforms respectively, hugging, embracing, because they were brothers in arms. And they both knew it was stupid. It was just a dumb effort to try and control shit on both sides. It just didn't, work out. And, everybody is out there toting, oh, the South shall rise again and this and that. Look, man, if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you have no relations to that battle, please stop bringing it up. If you want to be a racist, there's a million things you can do to do it, but don't deny or decry your shit. It's just lame. You know what I mean? Either be proud about what you're spouting, or don't, but don't try to hide it behind some bullshit heritage thing or Southern pride or some shit like that. Because there's tons of people, mostly when I was growing up, mostly when I was a kid in the South, the vast majority of people who had Confederate flags, it was just a Southern kind of pride thing. Black as well as white. You know what I mean? It was a Southern pride thing. It was a kind of sense of kinship and family and honor and rebellion against what they used to call Yankee values. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, uppity, whatever. Okay, but over time, there's just too many people that remember what it was, an instrument of terror and oppression and shit. And there's just so many other things out there that are applicable to Southern heritage if that's what you're really looking for. You know what I mean? And again, because I'm a huge NASCAR fan, I always have been, very proud of them for this decision. At some point, people have to acknowledge that regardless of what a symbol might mean to them, it's also what it means to others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't disavow that. Like, I knew a shitload of bikers back then. You just throwing swastikas and SS bolts. Fucking hey, man. Like, oh, this is, you know what I mean? Kill these guys. One of my best friends, the guy that did my arm, I think I told the story before, full-blooded Jewish man. Okay? Family, met his grandma, nicest people in the world, good, beautiful, wonderful, loving people, right? Doctors, lawyers, accountants, okay? But this guy, for some reason, wanted to ride a motorcycle, shoot heroin, and hang out with the Aryan Brotherhood, and he had the bolts. You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember the first time I saw him, I remember looking at my buddy and going, isn't your dad Jewish? He's like, yep. And I'm like, well, what's with, and he goes, just don't. And I'm like, I won't. You know what I mean? And that was the kind of point about how Southern California operates.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
It's what you look like.
It is what it is.
It's how you fit in.
It's who you want to.
If you want to turn yourself from a Jew into a big old biker and pretend to be that, nobody's going to stop you.
My old buddy Vic, man, Vic Stutzman, amazing old crusty fucking Boston Jew, served in Vietnam, did a ton of shit. You know what I mean? And sorry.
Can I have the remote there?
Oh yes.
Because I want to
support shirts and shit on it like that. Well, I don't care. It bother him none. It's like, all right, well, that's cool, man. I mean, it doesn't bother you. I guess it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But it does kind of. But my point is that, there's a lot of people out there like hucking symbols around and playing games with this and that, and the vast majority of them just don't have the balls to admit what they're really trying to say. But if you ever do run into those types that are out there, the big, loud, and proud man, yeah, you just might want to give them a wide berth,
Yep.
Because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of these people. And my question is that all of us who want to get along, we're pretty much going to be okay. We want to kick it together. We know this or that. What do we do with the guys on both sides who don't want shit to do with each other or us?
Yeah.
Where are they going to go? Or where are we? You know what I mean? That's my one question. Because for some people, no matter what, differences just will not exist in harmony. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of trying to butt my head against the wall and convince people to believe in something they don't want to believe in. Because, again, that just seems kind of fashion to itself. You know what I mean? They have the right to believe what they want to believe in, regardless of whether I believe it or not. And there's people in this group that don't like this group, and this group don't like this group, and they're all agreed that they don't like either or us. Somebody somewhere kind of finds a place for them to coop it, man. You know what I mean? And
but, you know,
I think hopefully we're getting to a point where we can do that, and hopefully sooner or later everyone will figure out where they want to go live. But we're all in kind of a process of division right now, where everyone's starting to say, well, you know, who do I identify with, and who do I really want to be with?
Okay, well, I want to show you guys something. I'm going to turn the video around so, you know, those of you who watch this later, and I'm going to show you the Buckingham Palace has been abandoned, okay? In a sense, it's symbolically. And first of all, among royals and elites of any kind, symbols are everything. They're a secret language that you can use to communicate huge concepts, okay? So right now what's going on at the palace, the traditional Queen's Guards with their tall, fuzzy hats, all gone. Not one of them is in front of the palace now. They're gherkins.
They're not Gurkhas.
Gurkhas.
If you don't know what the Gurkha are, they're some of the most elite and amazing warriors on the face of planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly from India, Pakistan, Nepal, mostly the original Nepali region. The kukri, if you know what a kukri is, that curved knife, the kukri knife with a traditional notch, that is the weapon of the Gurkhas. And they're not all Sikhs, but quite a few. And the thing is, the Sikhs never surrendered to Britain. They never declared fealty to Britain. They never said anything to the British Empire. They never said their independence. So the fact that they're out there is very significant.
It's very significant. All these things are significant to people who are elite. If you see the Queen's Guard is gone, then the Queen's not there. That's what that means.
Like Gurkhas,
who never surrendered, who are not technically part of England exactly. They're sort of in between. That says a lot. Yeah. And on top of it, the big thing, the Queen's personal seal is missing from the door. Now, here's the thing. Somebody was like, maybe they're polishing it. It's blah, blah, blah. Okay, you don't think they have two of them? They're made of brass. You don't think, you know?
Seal. What's that? Seal.
Yeah.
Like when you seal an envelope.
Yeah.
Closed.
Yeah.
Now, it's symbolic because it's on a gate. So literally every time the gate is closed, the gate is sealed.
Yeah.
That is their seal. That's what your seal means.
Okay, talking about the palace, we were talking about Palmdale earlier when you want to rewatch. I'm from Palmdale, so my own insights.
So the fact that the actual royal seal has been taken down from the gates of Buckingham Palace is beyond.
No,
it is all but the admission of abdication. It's all but saying someone in our family got caught with his pants down and with a little girl to boot.
Yep.
And that's it. We are in such disfavor, we are in such dishonor that we are literally bowing out. We don't have any choice on this.
Even if it's because of the riots, the fact that she takes the seal down is saying that she's abandoning her people. Okay? That's what this means on an elitist level. When anyone sees that, they know the royal family has been shamed and have abdicated to some degree. And that's craziness. Okay? That's craziness. But I'm going to show you guys. Okay? Hold on a second.
You can't have a thing just make the camera turn.
Yeah, I can, but I have to tap it. I have to actually tap it. Okay. So I'm going to go over here, and we are going to watch this so you can see what's actually going on.
Here we are at Buckingham Palace. And the gate.
There's the seal missing. Here, let me rewind it.
We're going closer.
I spoke over what he said. So you can see. Here, rewind it slightly.
So here we are at Buckingham Palace. And the gate. The crest has gone. So you're going closer. You can see that the windows are all boarded up from the inside or covered or something.
Yep.
It's the first time that's ever happened. And the guys guarding the palace on the Royal Guards.
Those are not the Royal Guards, as you can see.
Gurkhas. Gurkha's garden post. Interesting. So make of that what you want.
Okay, you can stop it now.
Well.
I just wanted to point that out, that that's happening. Nothing, even if this means something huge, nothing is going to come out in the news for ages. It's going to be like a long time before they admit that the Queen isn't there. They're just going to go, oh, everything's fine for like a long time.
We just torn up the windows because we had to spray for roaches.
Yeah, but we're going to see if she comes back and how she comes back.
That's the royal equivalent of the old upside-down Cheerios box in the window, folks. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a bad sign.
It is. It's like they don't do that. You would never do that. That is a symbolic giving away of your power. And the gods, they believe in stuff like superstitiously, very strongly. They believe in the gods. The gods see that. The gods will remove you, and they know that. Okay, so I'm going to do some quick readings for you guys real quick. I'm going to do a middle, a left hand, and a right hand pile. So you can choose what you want. The left hand, the right hand, or the middle. The middle, if you're thinking symbolically, the middle covers everything, in a sense. So it's a very well-balanced pile. And the right pile would mostly be the right-hand path, which takes a long time. And the left-hand path is more selfish. You don't have to look at it like that if you don't want to. Just pick whatever pile you feel most drawn to. All right. Here we go. What is going to happen to us in the next? What big event is coming next? What is the big event that we are waiting for? Actually, that's a better one. What is the big event that we are waiting for? Please tell us about it. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it into 3 piles. And I'm going to restack it. And then I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to cut it into 3 piles again. And now these are your 3 piles. You can pick any of the ones. First, I'm going to go over the right hand. That pile. Okay?
But you got to pick before, guys. You can't pick as she's doing.
Yeah, you can't pick as I'm doing them. You got to pick before. Right, left, or middle. Whatever you feel most drawn to. Okay, that's pretty good. So, those of you on the right-hand path, you're like the goddess dreaming, holding her cup, wishing and waiting for endless centuries. You know, she has a guard by her side, protecting her as she waits. All right? And then we're asking about some more security, a better world, a better, just things like that, just more security in our lives. We've been dreaming, believing lies, believing things we shouldn't have believed because we're good people, and good people have no reason to distrust because we wouldn't deceive other people. But that doesn't mean that everyone's like that, and that's the lesson we learn. Going inside. And during these times, in the times in the future, we're going to start to see that inner light that God is inside and is bringing us out. And that's going to bring us to great happiness and joy. The Ten of Cups is everything you've ever wanted coming to you. If you're a truly good person, it's going to be okay. You're going to start to wake up and see what's inside of you, okay? We'll do a couple of these, but a part of you is like hunkered down, holding on to things. You don't need to hold on to material things. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be replaced. In the environment, we've got, once again, a goddess figure waiting, and we will be reunited. It's basically like a Christ consciousness thing. Christ will come. You will be reunited with Christ. That's the first. So that's the first people. Middle path. See how this goes. All right. I'll do a couple, like I said, for a couple different things. It's not good for the middle path. We're having a hard time letting go of our physical things, of our physicality, and of our role in things, and that's why that's why we're having a hard time learning and building. Those who are in the middle path are probably somehow staying to rebuild the world, and that's what's going on. Breaking down the old and rebuilding the new, and that's, people who are, I think in this case what they're talking about is people who are not fully awake. People who are not fully awake are going to have a hard time, a very hard time coming up, okay? And these left hand, let's see, they're going to have a hard time. You're going to have to let go of a lot of physical things in this world that you don't want to let go of. And it's not hard because if you can let yourself see spirit. But if you're cutting yourself off from spirit, it's going to be hard. Okay. This is the left hand now. All right. Peacefulness and rest. You've been in a state of rest, but also you feel trapped by evil, by chains that are holding you down. But the energy, the source energy is coming, and that's what you're looking for. Okay. There's hope. You've had some hope. And now a religious figure, some holy figure, someone or something you admire is coming forward to show you a better way. I don't really trust such figures, but they're helping you, and they're going to help you to escape from this darkness you feel trapped in. Okay, and this is if you're a sincere person. Are we going to the last of it? Yes, and truth. These are, I think that what it is when if you hold on to truth, if you use your logic for truth, you're going to poke through that other side. No matter what you do, you're going to succeed, okay? So left hand, right hand, it depends on how you look at it, okay? And those are both fine, but if you're holding on too much to the world, if you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, it's not going to work right now. We have to let go of a lot of things. Maybe even eventually our country as we know it. And I don't like to say that, but I'm worried about it. These are things I've been shown. And let me do another one. Okay. This is what are people's personal lives going to be like? How can people personally take care of themselves? And I'll talk about we'll go back to talk about downloads and other stuff. How can people personally take care of themselves during this dark time? All right. And once again, I'm going to form 3 piles, whichever one you feel most drawn to, you decide to vibe with. Right, left, middle. This time it just means nothing. It's just whatever you feel drawn to. This is going to be how you're going to deal with your personal. First pile's on the right side. We're going to do a little reading to see how we need to take care of ourselves on a personal level during this time. Because big stuff is going to sound scary, but if you keep your little world happy, you can get through this with no problems, or with little problems. Okay, we feel like there's a sense of rescuing in the world. There's a sense of something rising up within us, even as things are falling down around us. We have the Tower, we have the Knight of Swords. He's a determined knight, wise and smart, and we have faith in him. There's temperance. This is patience. This is waiting. This is knowing. That that you are protected. It's balance. And this is held by Raphael. Raphael's the angel in this card most of the time. And Raphael's a good friend of mine. Things have been hard. Let's not deny it. Things have been really hard for the last while for a lot of us. People have lost jobs. People have been sick. People are terrified of being sick. It's been hard. And it's still hard into the future for a little while. But after that, we're going to find time to nurture ourselves. We're going to have peace that we haven't had in a long time. This is the Empress. The Empress is fertility and success. Things are going to come back around. This is a time of cleansing. This is why we can't stay separate, and we pray and we meditate and we take care of ourselves. Okay. In the end, it's going to be fine. Right now, we're literally trying to decide, feeling like, our own lives, we're king of our own lives, trying to decide. And there's messages coming to you. There will be messages coming to you either through psychics, through tarot for readings, or even through your dreams or other means. Like, you're going to start getting messages. If you open your eyes, you'll start feeling and knowing what's going on. And that we're so afraid of staying trapped here, but that in this state, this horrible state, that's not going to happen. Literally, I'm seeing, like, after January, like the next year, although I have been seeing August, if something's going to happen in August. I don't know. It doesn't feel too horrible, but it might be good even. I don't know. But I feel like something in August, but then I feel January, things are going to start to turn around for you in your life, okay? Money is going to start coming back in your life. You're going to get your job back. You're going to get more money coming to you, and things are going to be better, actually, for you after this is all over with. So hold on to the knowledge that you will get your job back, and eventually things will be better for you, and have faith. That's what you need to do. The second group is the middle pile. This is your personal life during the time, during these crises. Ooh, it jumped. Okay. So a lot of fire, a lot of heat, a lot of passion. You guys really, really care. This is like, you guys care a lot about this. Because there's a lot of heat. You really, really believe in the revolution, And if you're here, this is probably yours. So we've been holding on to what we didn't want to lose, afraid of everything, even in the midst of good things starting to happen for us. Some of us, we're getting some opportunities because of this, weirdly enough. And we're looking for, passion and hope. We're passionate people. We're moving. And it's the same as the other. The sun will come out again, and it will be better after a while. We're going to fight that revolution. And we feel trapped. We feel trapped by evil. We feel trapped, unable to fight back, unable to really make a big difference. But here's judgment, revelation. It's happening. It's happening in the environment. And we want love, but we're going to get that high priestess. All those of us with this path have been chosen to speak to others and to be a leader among the people. We are going to be the high priests and priestesses. We feel that inside of us, okay? We are going to rebirth ourselves through this time and come out and we're able to lead people. So if this is your path, not only are things going to be better, but you're going to be a leader, and you're going to start helping people. Okay? So, the third one, and then I'm going to stop for a while. Third pile, this is the left-hand pile. This is your personal life during all the crises. All right. It looks like you guys are stressed out, and you've been kind of holding back. You don't know exactly what to do, how you should feel. It's just a lot of stress on you, but you're still being cared for by the mother. You still have opportunities. You still have money coming in, but there's a lot of stress. It's less money, but you still have enough money that you can survive on it. You're being cared for by the earth and by the mother, but you're still under a lot of stress. But the idea of losing all the illusions about America and about our world is so painful for you. It's so painful for you right now, and it's just been nothing but pain. And these might be people directly affected by these things, like people who are black, who feel oppressed, people who really truly feel oppressed, and there's going to be an inner strength that you're going to find that spiritual strength to connect and to come bring yourself out of this. And then you're going to be ready to fight for what you want, for what you need, to create that better world. Okay. A little party just wants to hide, just supposed to grab what you can and leave, and I don't blame you because I feel the same way very often. But you're learning, you're watching your environment, you're picking things up, and there are opportunities coming. When that opportunity comes, you're going to see it coming. You're going to be ready. It's like there is some big ascension thing happening. There's some big fucking Christ consciousness, huge, massive thing happening, okay? And I've said before that there might be, like, alien ships at some point. Don't just get on alien ships. Don't get on alien ships unless you are personally friends with a Nordic alien or whatever kind of alien. And if you know an alien, to the point where you go, oh yeah, I've seen one of those guys before, blah blah. Then get on a ship, even if it's just in your dreams. If you have vivid dreams, you're probably interacting with them on another dimensional level. But don't get on there if you just think that light workers are cool and that you have no Reiki and you think you should be connected, but you don't remember anybody. If you don't remember anybody, don't get on any ships because they need slaves. Some of these guys are not nice, and they just want slaves, okay? And they look nice, and they'll act nice, but you're a prisoner then, okay? And some of the people, the worse off people, aren't going to get it that well. But there are good people. I'm just saying, like, as we all know, even in the Bible, there are imposters that will come along, okay? So don't fall for the imposters, because they're here to harvest. They'll say it's the harvest. The harvest has nothing to do with you physically being taken off this planet. The Alliance look very human, and some of them are nice and they're rebels or whatever against their empire, and some of them are not. Okay, so you can't really tell just by the fact that they're human looking. Okay. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for that. But basically, are going to be okay. Okay, this is if you're a good person, if you're a loving person, and if you care about other people getting hurt, getting attacked, then you're going to be okay. Okay, and if not, you're going to be given a chance to wake up. So
hopefully you'll take it.
Yeah, hopefully you'll take it. Hopefully you'll take it.
And if you don't, then you will be on the receiving end of all that brutality, all that pain, and all that suffering in this world. If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Or the next, if you're not. But yeah, everyone has to make a choice now. Everyone has to choose what they want to align themselves with. And right or wrong becomes subjective at that point, because it's going to boil out the way it boils out too. But I like to go by what I call 777-888, which is to say, things that are good and green and growing. Just 7 G's, okay? And 888, all that is holy and helpful and healing. 888. Okay? Now, if you have a different agenda, or you want to go out there and hurt people, or for whatever reason you're angry, you've been Bible about, there's not a lot of plays around here, guys, sorry, about putting your anger out. I understand it. I understand that frustration. I was one of the angriest young men in the world for many years of my life. I'm still pretty angry at a lot of stuff. But at some point, man, you got to regulate your own. You know what I mean? Start with yourself. Yeah. Discipline and control yourself. Make sure that you are an upright person at all times, in all places, honestly and viably, not a facade. Because that's the one thing I always hated most about part of the Southern California mentality was the Bible facade. Hey, it's okay, man. It doesn't matter. Hey, you got a good facade. It's not who you are on the inside. It's how you look on the outside, how you appear. Your appearance. Hollywood. Movie magic. Illusion. I am not down with that. I never have been. I like a nice appearance, but I can make a crappy one too, because I'm really more concerned with substance. You know what I mean? And at this time, when there's so many people out there with a bold facade, the people of substance are starting to overwhelm them completely because they themselves know how horrible a facade is, and they've gotten by with it all their lives. And a lot of them are leaders, people of note, but not worth your merit. You know what I mean? And I was always raised that you should be a person of note and worth and merit. If you're just a person of note, if you're famous for being infamous, so to speak, I'm not going to mention any names, we all know who I'm referring to, but if all you really have going is that you put your fucking fat ass on the camera and display it for everybody to see. I'm happy that you have the social wherewithal, the influence on this, and you're doing it for the right thing, man, but I don't really want to hear your voice right now. What I want to hear is the people in the streets who are eating shit and suffering.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle had, if you haven't seen what he recently put out,
846, man,
846.
beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
he
yeah, that and I miss my old friend John Macias from Circle One, and John did have problems. I know that, and you know the way he died for whatever reason was the way he died. But just so you know what it was like for a long time, Google or put on YouTube Henry Rollins. I'm sure everyone knows Henry Rollins of the Rollins band, Black Flag Plan. Okay, Henry Rollins talking about John Macias, JOHNMACIAS, John Macias, Circle One. Ideally, don't get it where you're just hearing the audio. Try and watch Henry do the movements because it's really funny. But John was a friend of mine, and a lot of us, man, he died in a horrible way, under stupid conditions. And I'm still not 100% sure exactly what triggered that breakdown and that mental rage. But the point is that, as they say, I've known people in the LAPD that I have a great deal of love and respect for, and I've known a couple of them fuckers like let's just drop off a fucking pier. You know what I mean? I've known so many good men and women who suffered to wear that badge, who were just so righteous and honorable, and had to answer to or partner up with their ticket with just a fucking vile excuse in a fucking meatbag suit, a fucking badge and a gun that just wanted to fuck somebody over. You know what I mean? So it does go both ways, and I have sympathies for everyone, but the point is that we all know at this point there's got to be massive reform. There's got to be, man. There's just too much shit. You know what I mean? Choking men to death, hanging men, strangling men. It's pretty blatant.
Yeah.
It's a pretty blatant
Yeah.
statement of the same old terror shit that's been going down for centuries. As I say, man, you know, I'm a wood hang in a wood pile, but since my great-granduncle was lynched, I ain't supporting nobody in this shit, man. Lynching is just a brutal, cowardly fucking act of a pussy.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, man? For any reason. Even that old pussy Kamatata shit, I prefer that you just give the guy a fucking crappy rusty knife, take one yourself, stand 10 paces apart and fight it out like fucking warriors. But that's just me. You know what I mean? But on the world stage is Palmdale. We're kind of center stage right now, folks. Everyone's behind us under a microscope.
I'll be talking more about this. I might
there's
go
a lot of people that are out there that are trying to duck back under the shadows, the cracks, the crevices. And I got to say to them, man, look, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters in one sense, absolutely, whether you get caught and convicted and prosecuted or not. But I can tell you there's something waiting on the other side to fail for you.
There is.
It's not pleasant. It's not cute. You cannot change it or sway it or alter it or make it suit your demands or whims. It is what it is. It's a force called karma, and it's a fucking bear. So if there is an individual out there that took this poor young man and deprived him of his life, if there is a group of maliciously wanton cocksuckers that chose to cowardly fucking string a man from a tree, you will get yours. Of that I have no doubt.
He was like a child to me.
I hope that can provide some solace to those who are grieving right now. Because as I say, it's a bitch fucking of an action, man. They hang a man until he's fucking dead.
I mean, 24 is so young. It's younger than my son. You know? I feel really bad for him. He's a sweet, he looked like a sweet person. He really did. He
in the
like
year 2020, man, if we're still fucking lynching people to settle our differences.
A young man, you know?
That makes me so fucking ashamed to be human, to call myself a human being, to even have anything to do associated with people that would call them that. And yeah, I just want to go fucking live in a cave on nuts and berries for a fucking while, but I'm not doing that, man. Yeah. Because I've been running too much of my life. And I think everyone feels that way, and that's the point. Too many people are just fucking sick of running because eventually, man, you run out of space to run to. Eventually your back hits a fucking wall. You know what I mean? And when that happens, people push back. So, things are going to get better. Things are getting better, but they got to get work before they get better because when it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that back step, a lot of times it's in a big old pile of shit. You know what I mean? By intent and design, they want you to backpedal into shit. So when you take 2 steps forward, you got to waste a step shaking the shit off your foot, or changing your shoes, or maybe putting on a pair of sandals. I don't know. Maybe we just all need some new footwear for a while. Maybe too many people have been wearing jack boots, hobnailed boots, and just boots in general. And I like that you're useful to protect your feet. The boots can also be used to stomp someone or kick someone. Just kind of support your toe while you kneel on some guy's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds as he begs for his life, as he begs for his breath, and he slowly asphyxiates. And one thing I know for sure, in the days and weeks and months and decades to come, 2020 will be seen as one of the most bugged up, insufferable years. So, you know, we're all getting through it, guys. We're all trying to get through it. But right now, I want to try and be my usual glib and jolly and happy self and bring a note of harmony in, but I can't, man. I can't.
This is so shameful. This is literally the worst thing, I mean, that could have happened in this freaking town. It's already not a great town, okay? Nobody who lives here likes Palmdale, okay? And this is the worst thing. Like, this is just,
it's really hard to hold your head high. Though we're such a fucking basic, cowardly act. You know what I mean? Because people just want to keep backpedaling. That's the point. You know, whatever your convictions, whatever your beliefs, you really want to return to all the fucking mentality and values of people that live without the technology and science and knowledge we have today. Because I can't refute science, man. I won't. That's the one thing I've always had. That's the one thing my father and my mother made me proud of them to be, is they were intellectual people who valued reason and logic. They were emotional. Yeah, our hearts are really heavy today, guys, and we don't want to bum you out. I'm sure people like that.
It's just, you know, it's really serious. It's all over my town, and I might bring you guys some more news about it.
We'll try it.
But I'll try to do lighthearted stuff
if we can and show you the footage. But
yeah,
it's.
I'm gonna try to do some more lighthearted stuff and shorter stuff.
It's just a day for mourning, retrospective, and respect. It's not a day to just be happy and cheerful and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, wherever you are, man, our thoughts and prayers are with you. But this is the other point, too. Everyone who feels insulated and isolated, it's just a matter of time before it rolls up on your doorstep. It's here.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It
is time to fight for the people who have been oppressed and need your help. Black people are only 11% of the population. They need white, they need Hispanic people, they need Asian people. We're all on the same side, and that's against injustice.
And whether you realize it or not, regardless of what your political or cultural beliefs are, man, you might be all, they fucked them over, took their rights away, look how they did that. And you can crow now, man, but I guarantee you it's just a small matter of time before it's applied to you. Have any of you fascists ever known anyone who literally was a Nazi soldier, who lived in fascist Germany, who actually lived during those times?
My aunt did.
I have met someone personally that was a German soldier that regretted every bit of it till the day he died, and did everything he could to help Jews. And I also know a guy who was completely unrepentant till the day he died. You know what I mean? It was just kind of a fucking swaggering asshole. Okay? But in either case, I can pretty much assure you that neither of those men would have had anything but contempt for the vast majority of you. Your cannon fodder, your crash test dummies, and all the real Nazis are laughing their asses off at you.
Yeah.
And you're just fucking trash to them, man. You're just trash. You're just something to be used and spit out in the vast majority of things. They're elite. They're a descendant bloodline that doesn't want shit to do with you, that could care less. You're not going to marry into it. You're not going to curry up.
And it's not about...
You're always going to be far removed. So here's the point, people. Black, white, brown, red, yellow, Martian, purple, polka dotted. We need to get our shit together and get together and decide where we're going to go from this point as a country, where we want to live and how we want to live. Because if we just keep fucking around too much and acting like fools and playing like shit, somebody just might flush that toilet.
Yeah, we're going to tear our country apart with this racial injustice, okay? Most of us are cool with everybody. It's who want to manipulate the system to keep black people as a scapegoat just to keep us divided. It's not even about them. It's about keeping all of the masses of white and brown people and black people fighting amongst themselves so you never fight the elites. That's all it's about.
And we're all chasing the same fucking cheese, and the guy who's got a fucking cheddar wheel the size of Kentucky is doling it out in little itty-bitty fucking chunks, and we're fighting each other over it.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's bullshit, and
I'm
tired
of it. I'm tired of the maze, the wheel, and the fucking cheese. I'm going to give you something good to eat. See you guys next week.
Okay. See you guys next week. See you next week. I hope you guys liked it. Bye-bye.